So I finished up today about $130 on one trade this morning, and it was really good. I was scaling in and out, back and forth between a stock that ended up popping up close to 200% this morning. So I wanted to go over exactly what my entries and exits were, and as well as the live recording from this morning from the live stream over at Join DTSM. I did end up uploading a live recording with the level 2 data, kind of what I was looking for throughout that trade, scaling in and out. But I wanted to break it down on a little bit of a smaller scale, exactly what are the fundamentals of this stock, as well as how this move was able to start squeezing from about $2 a share all the way up to about $8. It was just absolutely insane. So let's break it down exactly what I was looking at from this morning, and then kind of getting a better picture before I go into my live recording and stream from earlier today. So let me move this over here and let's see at CRE. You can see here it ended up popping up from 251 all the way up to 860s, and then now it's kind of pulled back since regular market hours this morning, and it's been a really great opportunity. And you can see I took a couple trades in this area here as it was starting to curl back up, and I want to break down kind of the fundamentals before we look into that. So CRE was about a 1.1 million share float, as well as a Chinese Hong Kong stock. We've been seeing a lot of these Chinese foreign companies, maybe even Singapore, Israeli. A lot of these companies are starting to make really, really nice swings. And it's kind of dual-sided because a couple of months ago, I would say, Chinese stocks are not really trustworthy. I wouldn't really trade them as much. Be careful, be wary. But now we're starting to see these really big squeezes where they go from maybe 10, 20% on the day, and then they end up making a really nice burst through 100, 200, 300% on the day. And it's created kind of this theme where some of the stocks end up making a really nice move and some of them don't. And so how do we better judge whether it's a good trade or a bad trade? And I would say some of that falls into the technicals. Are other traders feeling like they need to be entering in a position for a nice squeeze? And so let's go over some of the stats this morning. You can see here I finished up a total of $109 on the day. My average winner for today, I had 2 winners and 3 losers. So my win rate was sitting around 40%, but I had a 6.78 profit to loss ratio. My first trade was a winner about $10. I was looking to add. If you haven't already seen my recap from this morning, I do stream live on YouTube. It'll get reposted there every day at 9 o'clock. So I did my full recap over there, and I just wanted to make a video specifically on this micro pullback setup on CRE. But my average winner was sitting around $70. I had that one trade here. If we go to the trades on Future Edge, sitting at $130 profit. I end up adding early on onto the move, and selling some shares, adding back, selling some shares, adding back. And it was overall a 10-minute long trade, which was beautiful. It was one of the best trades I've had in a while. And it's good to feel like taking those winners, because if you haven't already seen, there's been a lot of action where it's been choppy during the pre-market trading session. So Monday I was break even, Tuesday I was also break even, and so I'm kind of like searching for a winner. And then today ended up catching off a really nice move, which is always good to see. So I want to go over exactly my entries and exits before I get into the live archive. Let's pull up the chart here with my executions early on and kind of break down exactly what I was looking for. So this is the Dash Trader platform chart where you can see very closely my entries and exits. My blue indicators here, triangles, are showing my entries, and my red are showing my exits. And so let's break this down kind of before we go into the live, and so you can kind of picture what the movement was happening beforehand and what I was looking for. So early on in the move, you can see there was a little bit of volume coming in, very, very light on volume, but squeezing from 3 to 350s all the way up to about $5 a share before pulling back kind of in a very tight range, but also very rapidly all the way down to $4 a share. You'll see the bids drop down to about 390s, and then it quickly gets bought back up, pops back up close to about 450s, kind of holds that range. It drops down for a split moment, holds around 420s, and I took that as an indicator to take my first micro stab underneath 450s, and I was just holding this position. It pops up to around 460s, 480s. I take half quarters off on this move as it pops back up, and what I end up trying to do is I try to add back for the breakthrough $5 a share. I was trying to add for the breakthrough 5, but unfortunately my order routing was set to stop instead of a limit order, and so what ended up happening was this message window ended up coming up on my box, and it was kind of frustrating because I should be capturing profit all the way up to 6, maybe adding for the breakthrough 6 all the way up to 7, but unfortunately I didn't capture that full move there. I just captured a little bit. I took a little bit off and then added back for the breakthrough 6. So oftentimes what ends up happening is if I miss an entry, I'll end up adding higher, moving my cost basis even higher than I wanted to. And then if the stock drops back down, I take a loss. And so I kind of did this very not emotionally, but strategically. Instead of adding right away, I took a little bit off to ease the mind before adding back for the squeeze through $6 a share. So it pops up here to 6, drops back down. I add for the breakthrough 6. It squeezes to about 620. I take some off, and then it immediately starts popping up to 650s, 680s, 730s, and right then and there, I was taking some profit off around almost just underneath $8 a share before it started unwinding in this area. I took a little bit more off, holding about a quarter of my full position left just within this move. My average cost was sitting around, I think 550s. I think my average cost was just below this VWAP level, which is a perfect average cost to hold onto a move in case we get a leg higher. And so I saw it pop up here. I was worried about adding off the rejection, so I wanted to make sure and confirm to add back. I ended up adding back for the breakthrough 8. It immediately squeezes through $8 a share. I take a little bit of profit off this level, and then it curls back down. I sell off, break even on the rest of the shares. So it is what it is. It didn't end up continuing up through 9, 10, $20 a share. Sometimes that happens. You just never know with these Chinese stocks. I mean, they get pretty crazy sometimes. But the real entry that I really want to break down coming into today's session is this micro pullback here. This is a setup that a lot of traders look for, whether it's the 10-second chart, the 1-minute chart, even the 5-minute chart. There's a lot of opportunity to quickly get in and out for a quick scalp. And most people are looking for this early entry, especially on these front side of the moves, because it's working out so nicely. So I want to give off a little bit of my 2 cents on what I'm looking for. And I was kind of talking about this morning with some of the guys in the chat room, where what is the main indicator that allows you to look at the level 2 and say, hey, this is a good buying place. And so let's look at the live stream here. I'll pull up CRE coming into early this morning around 7:40. So this is just before the move happens, DIAC. I take a couple losses on this setup here. Nothing too crazy. I was looking for the extension and it just didn't end up breaking out. And so I was just being patient, waiting for something else to pop up until we end up seeing CRE make a nice move this morning. So let me pull it up here. Yeah, this is the move right here. So pulling it back just a couple of minutes as it reloads. Okay, so this is the area where I was thinking of taking my first entry. And so we see this nice pop up to about 515s. It pulls all the way up here. You can see it holds down this level, and this is what I'm really looking at. Look how the 10-second chart fakes out for the first 10-second candle to make it new high. This happens to a lot of traders where they start to jump in, but we're already extended 70% on the day. So you need to give it some time. Sometimes these end up making a nice squeeze, but we're already kind of in this resistance area where you're starting to see red on the tape. And so as it comes back down for the second attempt here, you can see it holds kind of this support area. I don't have the level 2 up right now, but you can kind of see where it bounces between 20s and 30s. And I see that on the tape, and I see a lot of green orders come through that those bids hold. I'm like, okay, let me take this dip, the starter entry. We also have the VWAP entry here on the 1-minute chart. And so what I'm looking for now is the curl back through 550s. Typically when I get into these pullbacks, I want to see them pop up almost immediately. As soon as I see it go to 550, 6, that's where I'm starting to maybe add or take some profit off, depending on how quickly the move is and what I'm reading off the level 2. But I see these bids hold and it immediately pops up. I add. My average right now is sitting at around 436, and I'm waiting for the curl back up over 550s, and it kind of chops out in this range. Where is my stop? Just at probably the low of this candle around 414s. If it drops down really suddenly, I can always get out before that if I start seeing a lot of selling pressure. And so I'm risking maybe a 1-to-1, about 20 for 20 cents, maybe 40, 50 cents on these micro pullbacks. You can really get some nice winners on these moves. And so you can kind of see the 10-second chart start climbing back up here, and it's holding this level. It's not quite failing, but it's not breaking out either. I see a little bit of resistance off of 470s, and so I take a little bit of profit. It drops back down, and it's really just with small share size. I just want to trust this to see if I can add to it and hold up. So I took a 50 share starter. I took quarter off there, and there it goes, pops up to 5, a little bit more resistance off of 5. I take some profit off there. I'm going back to almost break even on day. And at this point here, it starts to pull over 530s. Give a little bit of a pullback before it starts to squeeze. And right in this move right here, I wanted to add. But the problem was that order entry window, for whatever reason, I've never had this issue before, but it used this order routing as a stop instead of a limit order for when I was adding. And so I need to double check my hotkeys here, but I wanted to add for this extension because it was beautiful. It ends up squeezing up for 450s and then up to 580s, and then holding this area before the next leg higher. And so right about here, I end up adding for the breakout. Now I have 72 shares up over at 6. My average cost is sitting around 550s. And typically when I start adding to these levels, what I'm looking for is if it comes back down to my entry, I'll stop out flat. I don't want my green trade to go red on me, but I'm looking to pull out even more in case this starts squeezing, kind of like what we saw on Archon yesterday. And so I see this pop up to around 610s. It starts pulling away to 6, 7, 750s, 780s, $8 a share. And I'm taking some profit on the way there, holding some more shares before the next leg higher, which is going to be maybe up over $8 a share. And so I'm holding around 24 shares here as it's holding this area. And I'm going to fast forward it. We have a couple of pop and drop setups. It's very typical. I was waiting to see if this was going to reject really hard because we had Archon yesterday do something similar where it made a really nice move on the first leg. And then afterwards, it ended up crushing down and sold all the way flat on the day, Christmas tree. And so I wanted to make sure before I entered that it really held up this level and for the breakout through $8 a share. And so we give off a rejection. I'm like, oh man, that stinks. I'm going to keep my stop break even. I'm not going to trim anything off yet, just in case we end up getting a bear trap. And this goes from this red rejection candle all the way back up to $8 a share. And that would be a core rejection pattern, which we go over all the time. And I end up getting a couple of nice trades on Friday, which was a core rejection pattern for $100 as well. Just a beautiful, beautiful trade. And so this would be the core rejection pattern back over $7 a share. It pops over 7. It holds this level. It gives off a little bit of a micro pullback where people are looking to enter just like we took earlier before for that extension back up through $8 a share. I gave it a moment to hold to see if it was going to squeeze. It pops back up to 730s and I add right about in this area here another 50 shares looking for the breakthrough 8. It immediately pops through 8. I see a resistance hit. I start taking profit off pretty aggressively here as it drops back down, and that puts me up over $100 on the day. I hold 32 shares here just in case we end up curling back up, but we sell back down, and my average is still around 680. So I still have a pretty good cost basis even in case this continues to flush back down. And so this one ends up curling and I end up selling flat later on in the day. I trim a little bit off as it pops back up to 740s. But as it comes back down to around 680s, I end up stopping out flat there on the rest of the shares. So that was all of today's trading session. I pulled out about $130 on one trade this morning, which was really nice, scaling in and out of my entries. It's something that I've been working on for a long time, and I just wanted to share with you guys to see, what you guys are doing comparatively, and also, I just really like trading in this type of market. There's been a lot of choppy action recently, and so being able to get a really good winner is always good to see. So thanks everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already checked out joingtsm.com, that'll be over on the first link in the description. So thanks everyone, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace guys.